plan purpose without completing it. Can somebody say it's already complete? Now, I know that's hard. It's hard for you to understand. It's very difficult for you to understand that it's already completed. But look at somebody say it is. It's already completed where? It's completed in eternity. I'm going to say it again. It is completed where? In eternity. So that means that God lives where? In eternity. God doesn't necessarily live in DeSoto, in Dallas County. He lives in the eternal place where he designed. Now watch this. If I want to go to heaven right now, I go in the eternal being of my mind. Lord have mercy. I don't have to leave here. I don't have to die today to go to heaven. I go in the eternal place of my mind. So if I'm going to be blessed by God today, I tell the eternal thinking inside of me, I'm already blessed. Because it's already complete in the eternal thinking of God. Is there anybody in church? Let me work now because I don't want you to be bored. You must realize that when everything God does, he looks down through the channel of time and he says, I want you first to live by faith. Look at somebody say, you must live by faith. I'm going to get to the text, but just hold on a minute. I talked to you about vision. Now let me deal with you from the purpose side. Purpose is always the intent from which God created you. Say it one more time. Purpose is the intent of why he created you. He didn't just let your mama and daddy have a moment in time. He already set in motion in the eternal thinking of himself and says, when you come forward, this is what you are supposed to be. Now watch what I say. This is what you're supposed to be. You can void the contract based on your own action. Y'all ain't like it. You can stop the progress of what God has purposed in your life based on your own actions and your decisions. But the word purpose means he already intended for something to happen based on the reason why you were born. Watch this. Purpose is what God has already decided about you in his own mind.
Yeah. Come on now.
It's what God thinks about me. I don't think that Elder Robinson grew up when she was 18 and said, I'm going to be a director of a daycare center. But he had purposed it already in his mind. He said, this is what I'm going to set aside for you. I'm going to put this way over here. And I'm going to wait till you catch up with Lord have mercy. I'm going to wait till you catch up with it. And then I'm going to put it in your path. Y'all ever talk to me in here? Somebody in here, you're not living by faith because you're not letting God's purpose work in. You gotta know what you were created for. Lord, I want to go back to school and get that finish up on the degree I have, but can nothing ever stop me from being a preacher? It is what I was purposed to do. Now you got to understand there's a difference between a pastor and a preacher. I can still be a preacher and not be a pastor. Is there anybody in here? So if I decide to walk away from this, that does not mean I will walk away from the purpose in which he intended. He called me to be a preacher, a deliverer of the gospel of Jesus Christ. I'm going to get there. Hold on. I'm almost there. That means that he has decided in his own mind that I got to fulfill what he thinks I'm best at. Lord, you mean to tell me that he decided what I'm going to be best at? I know you think you best working at McDonald's. When you can go in the fries, you can look at the fries. You ain't put the time on no more. And put it in the fry. You just look at it and say, oh yeah, they ready. I know you think you're good at that. But that ain't fulfilling what God called you to. You've been saying to yourself, I'm going to move from the fryer to the grill. Man, if I can ever get to the grill. I think I'm going. But your problem is you're just stuck between the fryer and the grill. Maybe he wants you to own the McDonald's, but your fry mentality keeps you in the kitchen, Lord. I can't stay in the kitchen because if I stay in the kitchen, I ain't gonna